Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to FTB Interactions. Since last episode, I've done quite a bit of things. First up, I got our blast furnace moved and started kind of plotting out the floor and stuff. Did get this set up and it's connected with conduit so that it can auto input and extract. I haven't set up the power yet. I haven't ran it as of yet. I actually ran it a lot between episodes before I moved it, but I haven't set it up because we're actually going to be upgrading this to HV and upgrading the coils and all that fun stuff. So I figured, well, we'll just wait. We'll do this part on camera. We're going to do a little bit of work today with the blast furnace, and this might be running out. I noticed that the energy with my ore processing system running non-stop for hours, it's putting a strain on the energy output. Yeah. Okay. That's not great. And I tell you what I'm going to do for right now. I'm going to pull the ore processing line power out. Let this build back up because I have ran through all the soybeans. I've ran through, there's no seed oil backed up anymore, and biodiesel's now running out, which isn't great. You will see that I went through and I actually named everything that's in here. So RF conversion, AE machines, rubber system, just gave them names through the anvil so that it was easy to reference them. And I've got the polyethylene here. I didn't plug it up yet because I was running low on biodiesel whenever I did that. So I was like, well, I'm going to wait. And this one over here, this is just a GPS marker. This is just to a temporary machine for HV power. And I did pull up the acetone and replaced it with a fluid trash can for right now until we get the fluid system in place. But I mean, that's good, 180 buckets of acetone. So I think we're good on that. And that should build back up. It's just the ore processing system just eating constant power. It does add up. It does. But over here, what I've been running, I actually went mining and I filled up this entire bag and I filled up my inventory. It was a little bit cleaner. And basically I was just mining one node. I didn't actually finish mining the entire vein. But what I was mining was actually a magnetite. If we look up a magnetite ore, vanadium magnetite ore, also iron ore, and which it hasn't even started running, and gold ore, which it has not even started running yet. It goes crazy far, especially with these additions with the pulverizers. It's just so many materials. Because if we take a look, and it's like I said, it's only been running magnetite, and it hasn't even ran through half the magnetite, and we already have almost 5,000 iron. It'll probably be 5,000 iron once it runs through all of this stuff. And I have noticed some places where I'm probably going to need speed upgrades, but that's fine. Yeah, you can see there's a bunch of magnetite in there. Yeah, but it's been running great. It's been running perfect. So, also I did upgrade. We've got to speed up the seed production and seed processing maybe today. And then over here, I changed these over to diesel generators. And then over here, this is a diesel generator, and then the two up there are diesel generators, but that's the one I haven't plugged up yet. That's for the polyethylene stuff. But yeah, so lots of ore processing going. Also, shortly after last episode, I actually queued up in the blast furnace before I moved it. I queued up, it was 9 stacks of stainless. I made just, 64 chrome and then 6 stacks of iron and all that stuff, and queued up 9 stacks of stainless. So we still got 512 in here. I moved some over there, of course. And then I also queued up Canthal. So we do have Canthal available. Let's go ahead and grab. I actually just need a couple stacks of this for what we're going to be doing today. First up. So let's go ahead and just drop in this basic wire mill. Let's go ahead and just drop in some of this Canthal and let that start running, because we need, basically just because we need Canthal wires is really all that we need. And actually I should probably grab the other wire mill that's over here, and we should move this over because I actually need another one set up, so we might as well. And so we'll just put that into there, and we'll say extract is always active. Okay, so that's running. And then hopefully, oh, my power system. It's actually been working great. It's just I've been running it so hard, and it's not really ready for that. Mainly because the soybeans. The soybeans are the main issue. Everything else is keeping up well. I mean, you could say there's 64 methanol backed up. Methanol is totally backed up. It stays backed up. So I mean, this side of things is great. It's the soybeans and the production speed with the fluid transposer that is struggling. So I think what we're going to need to do is upgrade this fluid transposer, probably just one more level, bump it up to the electrum level, should be fine, and I need to get more harvesting going on over here. And that's some of the stuff that we're going to be messing with. And I also want to get a builder today. That would be great. Okay, so our Kanthal wire, let's go ahead and pull up Kanthal coil blocks. And we're going to need as much of these as we can possibly get our hands on. There's 2 stacks. And then for the Kanthal coil, I think it was just around a wrench. Yeah. Of course, we could run it through an assembler, but there's not really much reason to do that. Today's objectives are kind of somewhat miscellaneous stuff that we need to get done. Is kind of the plan for this episode. So let's go ahead and boom, there's a bunch of that. And then boom, there's a bunch of that. Okay, so there is our Kanthal coil blocks. So now we're ready to upgrade the blast furnace. And with this, and with a little bit of HV power, we're going to be good for a bit. Of course, right now I'm struggling with power production, but that's okay. Like I said, it's easy to scale up. It's just stuff that we've got to do because I've been adding so much stuff here that uses power and changing everything to use this power. I wasn't surprised that we have to scale it already because, yeah. But I mean, once we get this stuff running, I mean, we'll be running our entire base basically off of this. So we're just going to run the line over that's going to pump that. And I did add a fifth turbo diesel. Yeah, I think it's the 5th one. I added 5 of those, so we do have 5 of those pumping out power. Okay, so that's plugged up, and then we just need to rip up these copper nickel coil blocks, which I'm going to hold on to these because there's other things that we need that use those, like power release ovens. And there's no benefit. If you look right here, you can see the Kanthal, if it's used in an electric blast furnace, you have a better base heating capacity. When it's used in a multi-smelter, it bumps up the level. And then later on, some of the new coils give you energy discounts. But there is no benefit to upgrading. I don't even know that you can upgrade the coils in the power release oven. You might be able to. But it doesn't look like there's any kind of a benefit to doing so. So I think we'll just leave these as is. I mean, they run decently fast anyways, so. Okay, so that is our new blast furnace, and our max temperature is now 2700 Kelvin. Now, like I said, we could go ahead and push on to the next tier. If we take a look at the coil blocks, Nicrome would be the next one, and Nicrome is just a combination of nickel and chrome, just like that. And you do need the chrome ingot, it looks like, in the blast furnace. Unless there's a dust form. I don't know if there's a dust form or not. It doesn't look like there is, so Nicrome dust. No. We're going to have the ingots, which is fine. I've actually got enough right here. We've got 26 set off to the side there. So what we're going to do, we're going to get this blast furnace up and running real quick and test this baby out. So, which I actually do not have a blast furnace output on this one. Now this one eventually it's not going to be our manual use one or anything related to like making Nicrome and stuff that's like special order. This one long term is actually just going to be our ore processing one. But it's our only one at the moment, and it's kind of the one that we use because there's not really a lot of point in making a whole lot of blast furnaces at the copper nickel stage or the Kanthal stage, because then you have to spend a whole lot more to upgrade coils, and so we'll just hold off on that. And get by with the one that we've got, as long as we can, which actually hasn't been an issue. I mean, it takes a little while to run stainless, but it's on the server, so I just log off, and it's no, it's no skin off my back. So, but what we're going to do, let me pop back up here. Actually, I forgot to grab. Actually, I think I used the portable tanks for our diesel setup. I think I'm gonna have to order another one of those. So we'll get that ordered. And I've got to make some more buckets. I used all mine up on fluid trash cans, but I do have, and our copper nickel coils, I'm just going to throw those in there, and our energy input hatch. I don't need those at the moment. So let's pop over here. I'm just going to get just a basic buckets. I've actually got, I'm using one of these clay buckets, because I'm stylish like that. Which is fine. Because I don't always want to move a full portable. Well, actually, I guess, you know what? Yeah, see, this is building back up quick. It's just we eat through so much when we're running the ore processing system as heavy as I've been running it. Because, I mean, it's been non-stop for a while. Because I did have a lot of ores I was running through it. Plus, there was some magnetite already in the system, so as soon as I queued it up, it was like, okay, time to go. And it just started pulling all of that as well. So, okay, so we'll throw that in there, get this thing powered up. And then what we can do is we can add our chrome. And I don't know if I want to just start smelting all the chrome that passes through this. It's just the main time I use it is like this, like making these different dusts. So I'll probably leave it in dust form, at least for right now. Let's go ahead and throw this into the input bus. And it's going to start running that chrome. And I think it's actually faster than normal. See, normally it takes 88.4 seconds. It's not going to take quite that long, I don't think. I think TPS is dumping. Yeah. See, it's pretty quick, and TPS isn't, it's not perfect right now. So, yeah, this is speeding it up then, which is good. That's good. That's why I want to go ahead and bump up to Nicrome, because I think it's going to get faster. I can't recall, but I think the better coils you have, the better max temperature you have, and the faster, lower tier things are going to process. I don't think it's totally dependent on the EU per tick. But I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. But, yeah, this only uses 120 EU per tick. But if we pop over here, it's going to send it over here because I actually have this plugged up directly. The extract on this is plugged up directly to the output chest because there's not really going to be anything that we process through the blast furnace from our ore processing system, that's a straight process, that's going to need to be processed anymore, because it's pretty much like aluminum being one of the major things that we process through the blast furnace through this. So I'm just leaving that on a direct connection at the moment. Alright, so while that's processing, the next thing that we need to do is we need to take a look at the builder. It's right here. And we are going to need aluminum cables, MV machine hull diamond plate, a second tier processor, and then thaumium screws. Actually a whole lot cheaper than I was expecting, to be perfectly honest. Alright. I haven't actually looked at this thing because this is the first time that we've actually needed it. I mean, I could use it for, well, depending on what cards are available. No, we can't use it for quarrying because there's no quarry cards available. That's fine. I don't need it for quarrying for what I want to use it for, so looks like I don't have any of the stuff that I need in here. Okay, our chrome is done, so let's go ahead and grab that. And then let's get ourselves a stack and 38 nickel. And we could start making the Nicrome. And I think, yeah, I'm going to have to pop down there and get some more biodiesel. That's fine. That, and there we go. Now this is going to take a little while to run, I'm sure. Nicrome, what does it take? 480 EU per tick across 135 seconds, and it needs that temperature. So it is, it's going to take the full time. So, let me pop down there. Let me get some more. I'm going to have to keep filling this. Since I'm not, I'm going to let that back up a little bit more though. And then I'll turn the ore processing system back on for a bit. I mean, it fills back up pretty quick, as you can see, but we just eat through it. Especially running the blast furnace too. At 480 EU per tick, it's going to be nomming through a bit of power. So, but a lot of it is upgrading so much to HV as well. So, alright, let's go ahead and toss that into there. Yeah, that's eating through some biodiesel, but later on we'll be able to upgrade biodiesel because there's a couple tiers above that, and we will start into that before too long, but right now we really need to focus on scaling it up. So, but anyways, our builder is ready, so let's go ahead and grab that, and let me break that off, and then let's take a look at the cards, because what I want is a shape void card. So we're going to need a standard shape card, which the only thing that I'm missing is a couple bricks, which I think I've got those downstairs, which I do. So there's our shape card. And then we have to upgrade it to a shape void card. So I'm going to have to pop out and get some more obsidian because I don't have any more on me or here. And I'll be back in just a minute. I've actually got a little lava pool over here I've been gathering obsidian from. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I went and got some ink sacks and some obsidian. I actually got quite a bit of obsidian. So there is our void card. Okay, and then this obsidian I'm actually just going to dump into there to store it. And now what we need to do is, let's see, our spectre coils. I need to make some more spectre ingots. So let me go grab 7 ectoplasm real fast. And we have a lot of this. More than... I mean, at this point, it's just going to keep building up, and we'll never run out. So, let's see, our Nicrome. We have 15 hot Nicrome ingots. So this we can just dump into the vacuum freezer, and it's going to start making us proper Nicrome. There we go. Awesome. And that should be just enough chrome and nickel to make what we need, so... And then there's our spectre ingots, and I want a spectre coil. I need 5 obsidian. Okay, so there we go. There is our spectre coil. Alright, so now we're ready to go set up the builder. And I'm actually really excited about this because getting that area cleared out, I'm also going to want a lever, actually. But getting that area cleared out is what we really need. To be able to start into a bit more blood magic, because I just want the proper area set up for us instead of having to do it in temp setups. But the area is so big and needs so much clearing, and yeah, we might as well go with the builder at this point. So I need to put elevators and like quick travel down through all this area. So, and then down we go further, deeper into this place. So, I did do a little bit more clearing. Not much, but I did get a little bit more clearing done. And then I was like, let's just wait till the builder. Okay, so we're going to drop that down. And we're going to take our void card, and we're just going to grab... let's see, let's grab from... Oh, I need to click on the builder first. We're going to go from here. And then we're going to go all the way... down to here, and basically I just want to bring it back. Anything smaller, like any kind of, you know, little odds and ends there, I can do myself. But no, actually, I tell you what, let's, instead of doing that, because that would line up right up against the stairs, let's go ahead and push it out. Oh, I still have this set to fast. I was using it on fast whenever I was breaking obsidian because it breaks it in like a second instead of it taking like a long time. It doesn't break it instantly technically, but it's, you know, it's pretty close to instant. So, but I tend to, most of the time I like to have it on normal because it's still super fast when dealing with like stone and stuff. But at fast, the obsidian breaking was a little bit slower than this, just to give you an idea. And we're going to go ahead and bring this little area back. Honestly, back to here should be good. So I'm just going to right click there. And then we're going to shift right click the air, and we're going to check, make sure it says box solid, which it does. And then we'll go drop this in, and we're going to start eating through some power. So there we go. There we go. And, well, I guess I don't necessarily have to have a lever because I can use the redstone mode, but force of habit. That wasn't always there, so Alright, so it's going to start breaking stuff. And it's just voiding anything that it breaks. So as to where it's breaking at the moment, I'm not for sure. Sounds like it's back here, maybe. Oh, there we go. We found it. No, don't get me stuck in here. All right, so it's clearing this area out for us. Now it's breaking down that side. Awesome. So we can walk away, come back shortly, and this area is just going to be cleared out because it's not going to take it very long. It's just by hand. This was horrible. So I love the builder. It's so nice for clearing out big areas like this. Okay, and then I'm going to have to break some of this by hand, basically like this stuff, which is fine, because that's no biggie. Basically whatever it doesn't break, because I didn't want it to break too far out, because I've already planned out kind of, I'm not for sure if that's how the stairs are going to go, or if I'm going to curve them a little bit more, which I'll probably end up curving them a little bit more, but I was just, you know, doing some planning, and I'm planning on having steps that go off on both sides there, so I didn't want to break too much of my little area. So, alright. There we go. Oh, and you know what? I didn't bring the other side over. I'm going to have to run the builder again and basically just clear out some of this wall, which is no biggie. Because I didn't bring it over like the few blocks there like I did over here. So, that's fine. That is fine. Okay, let's head on back up. Just going to warp home. And how is our Nicrome going? This is probably going to be a little bit of a process to get all this ran. Yeah, we've got 15 Nicrome ingots so far. But seed oil is starting to back up. I mean, it actually generates a lot of seeds. It's just, I use a lot of seeds, you know, with running all this stuff. So, yeah, this is totally drained at the moment. Okay, now the next thing that I want to do is I want to start working on scaling up some of our, which I know I'm going to need obsidian for this, but I want to get a reinforced upgrade kit. I'm going to need obsidian and I'm going to need silver. Okay. I need to go mine up silver. I've got 49 left over here. I actually probably have a little bit in this, because I actually have this disconnected so it's not feeding stuff over. No, it doesn't look like I ever sent over silver. I probably wasn't using it for much of anything, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and just grab the 60 obsidian out of there. I don't really need the EMC for anything outside of obsidian, so might as well go ahead and have that at the ready. Okay, so our reinforced upgrade kits, let's go ahead and order that. And then I'm also going to want, which I haven't taught it how to make it yet. I will once I get more of a setup going, but I want one of these. Redstone auxiliary coil. And this, of course, isn't going to help speed up the gathering of the soybeans, but it is going to speed up the processing of the soybeans. Now, as far as the gathering goes, I think what we're going to do is let's take a look at the range add-ons really quick. And right now we have just this one, the +4. And I would like to maybe upgrade this. It's not probably going to be the best thing, because I would really like to, you know, go for the range +11, which is the maximum that it can accept. But for that I'm going to need quantum processors, which will be, I think, a little bit more expensive than what we can pull off at the moment. Fiber reinforced circuit board. No, this is the higher EU. What's the nano processor assembly? But we need nano processors. We need epoxy resin. We could actually maybe pull that off. That doesn't mean I want to. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab a bucket or a portable tank's worth of polyethylene, because I'm almost out of polyethylene sheets. And we'll just dump this into the fluid solidifier. And out. There's 6 copper plates. And then we're going to get, I need some more bronze. I'll go ahead and just order 5 more of that real quick. Because I'm going to go ahead and just fully upgrade that range add-on that we've already got made. As far as we can do it. We could bump it up further, but honestly I think just the 2 range difference will be enough to matter. And then I don't know if I'll worry about bumping up to that until we can get the nano processors, or until it's convenient to make them. I honestly think we could probably pull them off at the moment. It's just not very convenient to do so. But this might be fast enough. It might not be. I don't know for sure. So, okay, so let's go ahead and grab our reinforced upgrade kit. And we've got our auxiliary reception coil. And then we just need the bronze plates. There's those. Okay. So let's pop down there. And let's get this range upgrade upgraded. Oh, the only thing is the item collector should be able to reach them because we've got it set up to max right now. But I know later on we will have to make more. Actually, I should scoot this out a little bit further because it's only really effectively getting like 4 farm blocks worth. But okay, so let's grab this. Of course, I don't have a crafting table down there. Okay, so that, polyethylene sheets. First up is the copper upgrade. There's the range add-on +5, and then the bronze upgrade. There's the range add-on +6. And that's pretty much where it stops. And then for the 7, we're going to need to do the HV processors. Which we could technically do that, but I'm not going to bother with it right this second, because I don't think we'll need it necessarily. Alright, so there we go. There's our +6 range add-on. And it's going to be breaking a larger area, so that's good. Alright, and then we'll upgrade this. So right now, it doesn't take it very long to process it. We bump that up. Toss in another one of those. And we're going to have to give this a little bit of time to get the power built up on it. But its max power right now is 450 RF per tick to process down the soybeans. But you can see the soybeans are building up pretty good. And it's actually managing to keep up with the conduits right now as far as the inputs go. So I will have to add speed upgrades for the conduits before too long. But yeah, it's kicking through seed oil now. And backing up seed oil. And biodiesel's backing up. Okay, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Okay, so what I'm going to do then, in that case, I'm going to drop this ore processing bit right back in there. So that means I won't have to manually fill the blast furnace, because it's connected to the same line as the ore processing at the moment. Awesome. It is chewing through that biodiesel, though. It likes that biodiesel. It likes it a lot. Alright. But it looks like everything is backing up nicely. So that's what I want to see. And the majority of what it had to eat through was right there at the start, because it was actually, you know, everything was drained basically. So when it's drained this off, that's fine. Hopefully it can produce enough to build that back up. Which so far it's doing pretty good, I think. Yeah, at least right now we're producing more than we're eating through, which is a good sign. Maybe that's enough to give it enough oomph that we need. One thing I do need to do is there's one bit of farmland that would be getting farmed right now, but it's not. And that's because I left it open because of our ore processing or ore mining area down there, which I am going to... Honestly, I don't even remember what I was mining down there. Let me go ahead and mark it. And let me do that. So that'll give us one more block that it can farm. I need more lily pads of fertility. That's what I need. Okay, but hopefully that's going to be enough to back it up. I think the biggest issue right now is just soybean farm speed. So I need to start moving into rituals to speed that up. Or even just a couple more lily pads of fertility would be enough to balance the scales in our favor. So, especially with that range upgrade, we get pretty good use out of a couple more lily pads. Which we're going to need fertile essence, craft only, drop disabled. Catalyzing gland is craft only, drop disabled. That's all alchemical matter infuser. Slime pearl once again, and then the rib bone once again. Okay. I did notice I had this in here from Dungeons. So I guess I didn't have to technically craft the one that I made. But that's okay. Oh, we do have another lily pad of fertility in here at least. Do I have a second one? Because the second one would be great. I'm betting I don't. No, I've just got the one. But okay, well that's all right. We'll take that then. See, I need to get all this stuff sorted. And what I can do is, I mean, I'm just wasting so much space doing it there. Maybe I'll do it here. Actually, I'd see a little bit more benefit with it there. We'll do that. And we'll give it a little while to run because, you know, I can't judge anything at the moment because this is all drained. Oh, and it's draining fast. But this is backing up, so it's good. Okay, that's still not going to be quite enough right now. We're going to be expanding on that later. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm actually going to basically just toggle it on and off, the ore processing. I mean, I've got about 6,000 iron, closing in on 3,000 gold. I mean, I've got a lot of materials. It's just, I've got so many running. I do need to run some copper, but that's fine. What we're going to do is this basic quantum tank that we had set up for the steam. I actually broke this thing down because we didn't need it for steam anymore. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to put the quantum tank in right there. And can I not? Where's the front of it? I don't know, maybe the front's hiding at the moment. Well, anyways, we're going to set that up. That way we can actually stockpile a whole lot of biodiesel, like whenever I'm offline, to the point that we won't have to worry about that if I just kind of toggle it on and off. I mean, before long, the ore processing system is going to get all caught up. It's going to be done, and then it's just going to back up biodiesel again. It's only whenever that's running like non-stop when it actually becomes an issue. And it's actually not too much of an issue because, I mean, I can back up the biodiesel in the tank in about, if I pull the ore processing line out, it backs up in, 5-10 minutes. And it actually took close to an hour for it to run down to that point. So we're actually in a pretty good spot. I mean, it takes a lot of running to bring it down. It's just, with the ore processing system running as hard as it is right now, it kind of goes without saying. Plus I'm running the blast furnace and the builder and all that, all that other stuff, and it just kind of adds up at the moment. So that's fine. That's fine. We're going to be starting into some heavy blood magic here soon, and that should get itself sorted out because we basically just need more soybeans at the moment. And we'll get into some crop speed upgrading here pretty soon. So, alright, our first stack of Nicrome is ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and put this through the wire mill. Okay, our Canthal wire, or our Nicrome wire, I'm sorry, is just finishing up. I'm going to go ahead and put in 10 of the ender pearls, and I'm going to get 10 gold, and I want to get 10 redstone. To get 4 more pieces over here, that's fun. Got some blood magic stuff on me because I'm cleaning up that floor finally. And we're going to be moving this downstairs. Actually, starting next episode. Next episode's either going to be working on mob farm stuff. Mob related stuff, so we can start making lily pads of fertility in mass. I know apiaries speed up crops. And also, I imagine I'll probably get comments about sprinklers, cyclic sprinklers. I know those speed up crops. Lily pads of fertility are just faster, and apiaries are just kind of awkward to try to put into a farm space. when you have like a big dedicated farm space, and the amount that they speed up crops isn't really that great to the point that I'm like, oh man, I need that. You know what I mean? So we're not worried about that. But let's take a look. Our Nicrome should be done. So let's go ahead and make up a bunch of the 2x wire. And then set this up. And I'm going to need another wrench, which I've got one in here. So that's not a problem. And there we go. There's our 16 Nicrome coil blocks. So yay. And let's go set these up. And so our blast furnace will be Nicrome level now, which is a base heating capacity of 3,600, which is pretty awesome. That's a big upgrade for our blast furnace. Not to mention we can run lots of new things through there. Okay, so then what we're going to do is I'm going to need some hydrogen. And I'm just going to fill this up for right now. Okay, so then if we put in gold and redstone together, it's going to start running, and it's going to make us energetic alloy will be the output. So boom, there we go. And I think I've probably got enough biodiesel in here to run this, because these are all pretty quick. While that's running the energetic alloy that we need, because that's step one of what we need to get together for our ore processing system. I mean, not our ore, our fluid system. And while that's running, I'm going to pop down here and put up some of this blood magic stuff, because it's all going to be going down here. And I'm going to figure out how I want to do like quick travel. I don't know if I just want to do teleporters and have like a little teleporter hub, kind of like I did on Enigmatica maybe. But you can see I did finish clearing this out. I just actually just ran the builder up here and cleared out all this top section as well. But let's go ahead, and the blood altar is actually going to be set up right here. That's what I'm thinking. And then we'll set up our runes, so we've got our tier 2 blood altar. And we're going to be upgrading this next episode to the tier 3 and potentially the tier 4, right? We need blocks of titanium. So maybe not tier 4 next episode, but titanium is very doable for us. So that's something that we will start working up to. And our digital mob agonizer. Oh, I forgot to grab my linking thing. But I'm going to set that up right there, and let me go grab the linking stuff real quick. I'm just going to set this other stuff off to the side for now. I'll work in this room a little bit between episodes. I won't get it all built out, I promise. But I will start kind of getting some things organized down here now that everything's cleared out. Oh, it's 4 redstone per ingot, by the way. So there's 30 more. For some reason I was thinking it was 1 redstone. I don't know why. But then I get up here and it's not running. So it's like, oh, okay. Wait a second. Alright, so let's grab our altar linker. And let's pop on back down there. It's a little bit of a jaunt at the moment. I might start working on some kind of a teleportation room so that we have like a little hub area. Because once we get the blood magic area in here, it's so far down, it's a bit of a run. And honestly, parts of the base are getting big enough to where it's like, okay, it's a little bit of a pain moving between this. But let me move the builder out of the way for right now. And grab the altar linker. And what we're going to do is, once again, and for the last time, shift right click, and then we're going to plop a spectre coil down. Might be the last time. We might have to do this one more time. I might end up moving this out like somewhere else, but this is going to start creating blood and putting it into the altar. So there we go. Okay, and I'm just going to stick this in there for right now to get it out of my inventory. Okay, so our energetic alloy is done. And let me throw this into there, that into there, and it's going to start running, and it's going to start making us our vibrant alloy, which is what we need to start making ender fluid conduits ourselves, which is going to be huge. So there's that. And Yay! And so now we can make interfluid conduits, which I want to start controlling the stuff for our fluid setup. So, but the other thing I want to do is I want to get into a little bit of magic before we start delving into this area. Because it would just make our lives a little bit easier. Plus I want to get interfaces automated and some little things like that, which actually kind of sort of relates. We'll get into that here soon. Starting next episode, I think we'll do a little spree of magic. A few episodes with a bit of astral sorcery, blood magic, maybe Botania, and maybe a little bit of Thaumcraft mixed in as well. So that's what's coming up. And then, yeah. Then after that, we'll move back into GregTech stuff. So, but anyways, I know it's a little bit early for this episode, probably around the 40-45 minute mark, if I had to guess. But that is actually what I set out to get done this episode. Getting that blast furnace upgraded and getting to where we can make vibrant alloy, getting the builder so we can clear out the blood magic area. We don't really have the time I would want this episode to start into magic, so I don't feel bad about ending this episode out a little bit early. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then. Oh, and I just popped down here after ending the episode, and we have 146 buckets of biodiesel. So, I mean, it's generating pretty fast, just the ore processing system uses a lot of biodiesel up. So, that's fine, though. That's fine.